at Squirrel Studios. That's SQURRL Studios on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Squirrel Studios podcast. I am your host, Khadijah, and this is a slaughterhouse where we ask questions to build real relationships that cultivate love. Now let's jump right into it. In this week's episode, we are going to be talking about a show that I have recently been watching. If you've been listening to me from the beginning, there's a trend. I really like watching TV shows. This week's episode, I have watched a show called Warrior Nun. I like it so far, you guys. It's so good. Okay, so this is what it's about. It's called Warrior Nun. It's on Netflix. The actor's name who plays Ava, the lead role, her name starts with an A also. It's Alba Baptista. And yes, the first episode aired on July 2nd. The moral of the story is Ava, who I just mentioned, she was quadriplegic. She's paralyzed basically from the neck down. So that's all four of her limbs, her arms and her legs. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Warrior Nun, pause this. Go watch it on Netflix. It's called Warrior Nun. Warrior as in Xena, the Princess Warrior. Do you guys remember that? I don't know. I might be showing my age here. So Xena, the Princess Warrior. So Warrior and then Nun. Nun is in Catholic Church. This girl is a quadriplegic and she dies. And I'm not going to tell you how she dies because that is actually kind of juicy. Watch it if you want to know how. She is quadriplegic. She dies. She's resurrected, if you will. And she has all these superpowers, like super strength. She can heal herself. She doesn't know what the heck is going on. I mean, would you? I mean, I know I wouldn't. There's this one episode where she gets hit by a car and she is sent flying. That car hit her at like full speed. Okay. Meanwhile, she was in the middle of the road. How does a car hit you at full speed and you're standing in the middle of the road? There was like more than one person standing in the middle of the road, by the way. How did the car only hit her? But you know what? I'm sure that scene was put in there to introduce the fact to us and to her that she now has crazy superhuman powers. Okay? Yeah, we're just going to suspend our disbelief on that one. Let me get into why I brought this up. There was one of the episodes, it's actually season 1, episode 3. So in her process, she is introduced to these nuns, and they're important because they are supposed to be protecting these different artifacts that help contribute to why she sort of has this power. It's so funny. So she's essentially reading this, what seems to be ancient textbook, this story of the first warrior nun. That is the name of the person who possesses the superpower, and that is the position that she finds herself in currently. She, quote unquote, is the warrior nun, but she's like, I don't know about this. I don't want this. Do I want this? I don't know. I'm just really happy to be alive, you know. I used to be a quadriplegic. Like, I can move. I can dance. I can run. Let's go to the beach. Let's play in the sand. I just want to live life type of thing. That's her perspective. She's a young girl. She just wants to live. And especially the fact that she used to be quadriplegic, now that she has a second chance at life and she has all 4 limbs to use, she wants to use them to live her own version of life. While she's reading the book, the ancient text, one day, she reads a certain part that talks about how the first ever warrior nun was preparing to die. In that excerpt, the warrior nun says,
"Don't be scared, sister. We are never ready. Only prepared."
Oh, y'all, that is so good. Okay, so in case you couldn't hear that, I totally just paused and went and rewatched the clip because I forgot what she said. And I just wanted to make sure that I said it exactly how she said it. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. The original warrior nun was getting ready to prepare to die. So there's always a next person in line, right? To bear the artifact. and sort of like take care of it, and they become the next Warrior Nun, so they have the superpowers and blah blah blah. It keeps getting passed on from generation to generation to generation. Eventually the person dies, there is a predecessor already named, they're already trained, all of this stuff. So the original Warrior Nun, she's preparing to die. She calls for the second person, the next person, to step up. Now it's your turn. And she says these powerful words. She says, "Don't worry, sister. We are never ready, only prepared." We are never ready, only prepared. I feel like that is so true in life for so many things. Things that are just way out of our control. We can't control everything, y'all. I know you know that. We can't control everything, okay? So we may not be ready for something, but we can be prepared, especially if, for example, you feel that you must do something. Say, for instance, I felt like I should be starting a business. I have always kind of sort of had like an entrepreneurial spirit. My mom, she could talk about it for a while. I had several ventures when I was younger, and I never pushed through. I never just continued that thrust into entrepreneurship to develop an actual business plan, to develop a company and a company name and all. What am I going to sell? What am I offering? What's my service? Am I a nonprofit? Like what's my mission statement? All these things, right? I just never really, I just did okay, we'll sell a little candy here. We'll sell a little crochet stuff here. It just was, I'm cultivating hobbies and making just my money back on the little hobbies that I enjoy doing. Never actually making a full-fledged business out of anything. And when I started Squirrel Studios, let me tell you, I did not feel ready. Okay. I did not feel ready. But I knew that deep down I was prepared. I knew that I had the skills that I needed. I know that I know how to speak eloquently. I know that I know how to research information. If there's something that I need to go and do, I know how to get online and do some research and be able to figure out, okay, this might be step 1. This might be step 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's other people who have done it. I know how to ask for help. I know how to ask my mom, ask my other resources, people that I might work with, ask somebody for help. Other people have started businesses before. It's not like I have to do it on my own, completely, solely, and by myself. Creating the logo, creating the business name, having brainstorming sessions for podcast episodes, like all of these things that need to be done, right? Many times we have something that we want to do. Maybe it's a huge goal, right? Maybe we see this vision of this massive thing that we want to achieve. And maybe if we continue to look at it through that huge lens, maybe it won't get done. Maybe we will continue to feel inferior. Maybe we will continue to be scared, fearful in some sort of way. But if we scale it down, if we begin to open up to other people, share our worry, share this business idea, share whatever that thing is, whatever that goal is that you have, begin to share it with somebody that you trust. Very important. Share it with someone you trust. Okay. Once you do that, now the burden might feel just a little bit lighter. They might be able to give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of, okay, well, I actually know somebody who can help you with this thing, or who can help you with this thing, or, hey, did you think about getting this thing? You might need this. This might be a legal, or a financial, just different aspects of whatever that goal is. Other people could totally help you with it. Nobody has created a major corporation, a major company by themselves. Nobody. Look at Steve Jobs. He hired, I think it was him who hired the nerds who basically was cooking up some computer gadget stuff in the garage. Utilize your resources. You may not feel ready, but you are prepared. Believe in yourself. Believe in everything that you have gone through, everything that has brought you to this point, to today, to this job, to this time period that you are in, to this relationship, to all of anything that you have been through. You have been there for a reason. And maybe it's simply to have had the experience so that now you know how to do it just a little bit better. Now you know how to make your next relationship just a little bit better. Now you know how to start that business just a little bit better than you started your last business, or how to produce this product a little bit better than how you produced the last product. I am not the teller of the future. I am not God. I am not Jesus. I don't know. I didn't create you. I didn't even create me. Okay. So I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that you might not feel ready, but you are prepared. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you next week on the Squirrel Studios podcast. Until then, remember to love yourself. Only way to love other people is to first love yourself. So that really is important. It matters like a lot. Like a lot. Okay, you guys, until next time, bye.